Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich last month told legislators that the government was counting on huge investments in security and a recovery in the agricultural sector to grow the economy by 7% this year, a figure that has been revised to 5.3%. GMK's Chief Executive Officer Gerald Gichuki says a sluggish economy may however make it difficult for the government to collect revenues to fund the 2.1 trillion shilling spending plan set for the next financial year.
Because the government want to put a lot of money in the county government, and because of this, we have seen the government transferring a lot of funds to the county government. So that's why every year, the budget keep on moving high. Like you remember very well, in 2013, it was 1 trillion budget. Then 2014, it went to 1.6 trillion. And now we are talking about almost over 2 trillion.
Gichuki says the Kenya Revenue Authority has been tasked with collecting 1.34 trillion shillings in the next financial year, which starts in July.
The government might also try to bring in the excise duty on airtime, like what we have in Uganda. So I think they are working on more areas or to increase the tax base rather than increasing what they have already imposed on.
One thing I would love to see in this Jubilee government, just the way Kimunya came up with zero rate and motorbikes, let them have zero rate and mobile phones for everyone to have. It's easier because at the end of the day, everybody will be using airtime, and airtime is taxed. So the tax they get when people buy mobile phones, they can get it from the airtime.
However, according to consumers, the cost of living is already too high, and imposing more taxation to meet the KRA targets may mean they have to dig deeper into their pockets.
I want the government to tax beer, because that is not something that is basic to everyone, but reduce the taxes on the basic commodities. That is mainly on the food. That is something that is required every day by every mwananchi.
Next budget should zero in on what we call basic consumables. For instance, milk, bread, sugar, the consumables which are consumed by the local mwananchi on a daily basis, the basic necessities, it should zero in on reducing the taxes and maybe increasing in other amenities like things to do with cars, or even it should consider a way of increasing the tax among the persons who are earning six-figure salaries and reducing tax on those who are earning on less than 10,000 shillings a month.
Farmers were also not left out, as they are urging for an exemption in taxes on increment on farm inputs and equipments in order to make the cost of food produce affordable.
Tumepatwa na changamoto sana kwa mambo ya vyakula. Tunalima lakini hatupati wanunuzi ambayo wanaotufaa.
Ningeomba serikali pia iingilie kati kusema kwamba kama ni gunia mahindi isiwe chini angalau 3,000 kwenda juu. Kwa sababu wale wanakuja na bei eti ukiuza hivi Mombasa nayo ataenda kuuza hivi. Hana haja na wewe mwenye mkulima, na serikali isikonje waliingia mbele na mbolea pia inapandishwa juu. Unakuta baada ya ile kuvuna pesa zote tena zinarudi kwa mbegu na zingine zinarudi kwa kila sehemu ambapo ulipo. Kwa hivyo mwananchi anazidi kufinyilika.
Maisha iko juu ukilinganisha na maisha ya zamani. Sasa hii uga iko bei juu. Ukilinganisha fare ile tunalipa magari iko juu. Kila kitu, hata gharama ya maisha imepanda.
Kuwekwe kiwango cha pesa ambazo zinaweza kuondoa deni ya wakulima wa kahawa.
Subsidy wazipatie kwa hata ndawa. Ndawa ziko juu sana, bei iko juu sana. Tuna expect Minister wa Finance ataangalia pande hiyo ya inputs za mkulima wa kahawa.
Matarajio ni kwamba budget iende chini kwa mwananchi wa kawaida. Japokuwa vile uchumi unavyoendelea mambo iko juu, angalia mwananchi wa kawaida. Jambo la pili kuhusu infrastructures. Atuangalilie mambo ya barabara, mambo ya maji katika vitongoji vya vijiji vyetu. Na tunaamini kupitia katika serikali ya county na serikali ya national, matumaini ni makubwa.
There was growing concern from players in the real estate industry who feel that the heat is about to get turned on with regards to rental taxes by the taxman, which has not yet fully executed its mandate in collection of rental taxes from landlords.
Interest rates need to drop single digit if possible. If we can get interest rate of 6, 7, even 8%, I mean that will encourage more home ownership, especially when it comes to the mwananchi wa kawaida, the youth and the upcoming. They really need to start owning homes.
Nyumba nazo kwa hakika ziko bei kali sana. Ile ya chini kabisa inakuanga kama 4,000 na nikajumba kidogo tunakanga serikali iangalie ione kama itapunguka hiyo kama tuseme kama 2,000 hivi.
From January up to today, we have seen a lot of interest, especially after the 13th Mombasa Homes Expo, which has just ended at White Sands the other day, which was sponsored by MySpace Properties. We saw a lot of interest as far as home ownership is concerned, and we are really encouraged by the kind of inquiries we are getting, and we are hoping we'll get somewhere soon and we'll get more people to owning homes.
A spot check by Channel One Business indicates that many consumers have no clue why the budget has plummeted from 1.9 trillion shillings last year to 2.1 trillion shillings this year.
In this year financial budget, I'm not anticipating the government try to actually impose taxes on basic necessities. But items like beer, wine and spirit, and those luxurious items, we anticipate these have to move up.
Michael Gichuki reporting for the Budget Insight.